Tokyo and Yokohama burned to the ground, and most of the 140,000 people who died in the fire. So these emergency response efforts are going to be critical in the hours that come.
Hirofumi Yokoyama is with Japan's meteorological agency. Earlier, he gave us a briefing on the extent of the disaster.
As
of 18 hours today, the Pacific coast of Hokkaido, Aomori Prefecture, the Japan Sea coast, and the Pacific coast of Aomori, Iwate, Fukushima, and Chiba Prefecture, Kujukuri, and Chiba, Uchibo, and the inner part of the Tokyo Bay, Ogasawara Islands, Izu, and Aichi-ken, Mie, Wakayama, Tokushima. In these places, tsunamis have been observed. This is as of 6 p.m. this evening. And tsunamis have been arriving. So apart from the areas I have mentioned, there have been other places where the tsunami has hit land. And for aftershocks, many strong aftershocks have taken place. For a while, these aftershocks will continue. Please remain vigilant and be cautious regarding the aftershocks.
Warning sirens have already prompted evacuations in Hawaii, over 4,000 miles east of the epicenter of a quake. The first waves are expected to hit Hawaii at around 1300 GMT.
The first island to be hit would be the island of Kauai, of course, because it's the westernmost island, and this is coming from the west. It only takes roughly 20 minutes to half an hour for the tsunami to cross the entire state of Hawaii. These are not like surf waves where we can have big waves on our north shore and the south shore can be flat. These waves efficiently wrap around the islands because they're such long wavelengths, and so we'll see impacts along all coasts.
Well, it's just over 6 hours now since one of the biggest earthquakes hit, and let's go now to Imran Khan, who is monitoring the situation over at that earthquake desk.
Thanks, Gita. Yeah, that's absolutely right. We're getting plenty of video in here at the web desk. Lots of it is coming from you, the viewer. Let's take a look at one of them now. And it should be coming up fairly shortly. I think we're having a slight technical issue. Well, firstly, we're taking a look at a map. This is a Japan tsunami map. It's been just over 6 hours now since one of the biggest earthquakes ever recorded struck Japan. Tsunami waves have crashed ashore on Japan's main Honshu Island. They're also rippling across the Pacific Ocean, endangering dozens of countries. Now, 6 hours after the earthquake, the tsunami waves were expected to hit Papua New Guinea and approach Alaska. Around 9 hours from now, northern Australia and the west coast of Canada is expected to feel the effects. And after 12 hours, waves were due to hit southern California and New Zealand, which has now been given the all clear. And after 18 to 21 hours, thousands of kilometers away on the west coast of South America, the tsunami effects are expected to be felt. In all, 53 countries have been alerted. Well, you can see lots of video here coming into us on the web desk, uploaded by you, the viewer. And take a look at this one. Now, this was when, the moment the disaster struck. It's a ground level look, far from the epicenter. But when it comes to something so unexpected, it's just simply frightening. And then from the same video, it's a panicked run outside. You can just see here. Those cars are actually shaking, people running through. It's just a case of trying to hang on at this point for dear life. That poor woman just on the floor in utter panic. You can just imagine the sheer terror of experiencing something as terrifying as this. She's just laying there. Just the look on that face just says it all. And the houses there, all shaking. This was all taken on a mobile phone and sent in to us. The cars there, you can just see them move around, shake in their driveways. It's quite extraordinary footage. And as it comes to an end, there's a relief on the woman's face. Now, as you can imagine, there's plenty of chatter about the disaster. To the microblogging site Twitter next. There's been a massive outpouring of sympathy. This from the British football team Liverpool and their TV channel. Our thoughts are with everyone in Japan. We send best wishes, and support to the Japanese Reds and all affected by the earthquake. And this one conveys disbelief at the pictures seen on screen. I can't believe the pictures of the tsunami on the TV. Cars look like toys being swept away. My thoughts are with all in Japan and the region. And for others, it's simply about how you cope with such a tragedy. I can't imagine what it must be like not knowing whether your family are alive or not after an earthquake and tsunami. We'll have lots more for you later, but for now, keep up to date with the website www.aljazeera.net/English, as well as the latest from Libya, Egypt, Yemen and beyond. We've got a live blog on Japan with a minute-by-minute account of what's happening there. Also, keep sending us in your eyewitness reports, videos and stills. Aljazeera.net, the place to get involved. Back to you.
Well, let's go live now to Anders Fogh Rasmussen, the Secretary-General of NATO, speaking live in Brussels about the situation in Libya.
Will be to provide sufficient equipment for the Afghan security forces. To that end, some trust funds have already long ago been established, and this issue was also raised during today's meeting, and by the end of the meeting I urged allies and ISAF partners to provide economic resources for these funds. We need an increased number of Afghan security forces, but obviously the Afghan government is not able to sustain economically such a huge number of security forces, so they will need assistance from abroad, and to that end we have established the trust funds, and I hope NATO allies and ISAF partners will be able to provide economic resources for these funds. As you know, we made an agreement with Russia on the transit arrangement. We were very satisfied with that agreement, which allows for reverse transit through Russia. It entered into force on the 1st of January, and I think that arrangement
Anders Fogh Rasmussen, the Secretary-General of NATO, taking questions there on the situation in Afghanistan. We will come back to it if we can, if he does address the issue of the no-fly zone in Libya. It has just gone past 11 GMT. I'm Rida Fakhri in Doha. It is actually now just past 12 GMT. Let's take you through some of our top stories here on Al Jazeera.
The capability of Afghan forces, because
in Orphanako City, 5 were found dead, and in
the ongoing devastation in the aftermath of the 8.9 earthquake that hit the northeastern coast of Japan. Cars swept away as major waves have made landfall, sweeping everything in their path, including buildings and cars. The sheer force of nature on full display after one of the biggest earthquakes that have hit Japan in the last 100 years. The giant earthquake caused 10-meter-high tsunami waves. They crashed ashore on Japan's main Honshu island. They also have had rippling effects all across the Pacific Ocean, threatening as far away as Peru and Chile in South America. In all, 53 countries were alerted, but Russia, Australia and New Zealand have now been given the all clear. Now, all along the northeastern coast of Japan's main Honshu island, tsunami waves swept away everything they came across. Many appeared dead in the disaster. Many have also been unaccounted for. 300 homes have been washed away in one town alone. Boats were sent crashing under a bridge and cars were swept away too. Search and rescue teams have been mobilized with offers of help coming in from many countries across the world. Large ships were capsized by the power of the tsunami waves. All Japanese ports have been shut in the last few hours, as well as the human cost. The flood damage bill is expected to be enormous. Stock markets have also been shaken by the events. European shares fell to their lowest in 3 months. An oil refinery was set ablaze. Firefighters are unable to control the inferno in Chiba Prefecture, east of the capital Tokyo. Fires are burning after natural gas pipes were shattered and ignited. 4 million people are without electricity in Tokyo. A state of emergency has been declared at one of Japan's nuclear power stations because the cooling system has stopped working, threatening meltdown. An entire airport has been inundated